guys, Chef Vinny here from WETSU Catering. We're coming to you today to show you how to make pizza. I don't know about you, but for my family, Fridays always meant pizza, and if you're in the Berwick area, that meant probably Delos or Tuesdays or Fratellos. But I'm going to show you how to do it our way here at WETSU Catering. Some of the things that you're going to need: bread flour. Okay, I've worked in pizza shops across PA, and I've never been able to match the ingredients that they use inside those shops. But I've been working on it, like I said, for the last 10-15 years, and what I've found is 5 pounds of bread flour. Now, if you want to use King Arthur or one of the higher brands, go ahead. But Wise bread flour, I found, has worked great. And now I do use this premium pasta flour. It's a mix of durum flour and semolina flour, and that's going to help you with that chew, that mouthfeel that you get when you are at a pizzeria. So what I do, I have a bucket here. I'm going to mix these first, and once they're mixed, we'll show you how to start your pizza dough. Hi guys, Chef Vinny back. We have our flour mixed. Remember, we put in 5 pounds of bread flour, 2 pounds of your premium pasta flour. Other things you're going to need is some salt. You're going to need 2 cups of lukewarm water, a 1/4 cup of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of dry active yeast, and then a 1/4 cup of water. Into your mixer, the first thing that you're going to want to do is add your lukewarm water. To the lukewarm water, we're going to add about a tablespoon of salt. I very rarely use measuring spoons. All of my measuring is done by palm measuring. If you look here, guys with big hands, that cup right there will measure out a tablespoon almost every time. So we have our water, our salt. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to add our olive oil to that water. From our flour mixture that we have, we're going to add 2 tablespoons to our yeast, and we're going to mix it with our warm water. Just make a little paste out of that and give that yeast some food to start activating. And you can see in there those small bubbles already. That's the yeast eating the sugars from that flour. So you're going to let that sit. Into your mixer now, you're going to add 6 cups of your flour blend. Now I know that you're not supposed to scoop into there, but I'm telling you, this is the way we did it in the pizza shops growing up, and this gives me the best consistency all around. I know that 6 cups and 6. Now we're going to take our yeast mixture. See, it's bubbled up, and we're going to scrape that into our dough mixture. Get all of the yeast off your spoon, get that mixture off your spoon and out of your bowl. Going to lower our mixer, lock our mixer in place, and then we're going to turn our mixer on medium-low heat. In reserve, it's always a good idea to have about another 1/2 cup of water. When you're making a dough, a lot of the consistency of dough will have to do with the humidity. So if it's a real humid day, you may need less water. If it's not so humid, you may need a little more water. If you look inside the mixture, you can see that our dough is starting to come together. Now, to me, this looks a little dry, so I'm just going to start adding that half a cup of water, and you can see it's starting to pull that dough away. Now this 6-cup mix of dough, if you have, it's going to be right at the limit of your machine. 7 cups, if you did a 7-cup or an 8-cup mix, it's going to be well over the hook, and you're not going to get a consistent mix with this. So I still have about an ounce or 2 of water left, a couple tablespoons. But as you can see, if you look inside the bowl, the dough is pulling clean away from the side. That lets me know that that's about the right water mixture. And I'm just going to let this go. I'm going to let the dough hook do its job and knead the dough. I'm actually going to add, I see a little bit of flour on the bottom. I'm going to add the rest of that tablespoon or so of water. And we're just going to let this go probably for another 2-3 minutes until this dough forms a nice ball. You'll see the dough work up around the hook, and it'll wipe your bowl clean. At that point, your dough is done. And then from there, you just want to wrap your bowl tightly with cellophane. You're going to put it in the refrigerator, and I like to let my dough sit overnight, 24 hours, to start the fermentation process or the proofing process. Once it's done, you're going to take this and you're going to divide your dough into 6 equal parts, and we'll show you that when you come back. All right, guys, Chef Vinny back with you from WETSU Catering. We're going to show you how we're going to be cooking our pizza dough. Our dough is, remember, it's fermenting in the refrigerator. We want to let that go 24 hours. After the 24-hour period, you're going to cut your dough into 6 equal portions, roll them into a dough ball, so cover them with oil, and then just put a container on them, a lid on them, and let them go. To bake your pizza, I'm going to be using a pizza stone. Okay, these are great to cook on. They're great to do bread in. It gives you a great crust. If you don't have a pizza stone, pizza screen. Okay, you can get one of these screens for $3, $4 at a Walmart or any of your restaurant supply companies. Here in Lock Haven, J&M Supply, they carry these, great for making pizza. Okay, the other things you're going to need: some cheese. I use a proprietary blend of cheese. It's a mix of Parmesan, cheddar, provolone, and mozzarella. And then your sauce. This is a very simple tomato sauce: San Marzano tomatoes, salt, pepper, and some pesto. That's it. Okay. Now to make your dough, you're also going to need a little bit of flour to work your bench or your whatever your work surface is going to be. All right, guys, Chef Vinny back with you from WETSU Catering. We're going to be forming our pizza now. Okay, so you want to give your dough ball a generous dusting of flour. Give your board, your pizza peel, a generous dusting, and give your work surface a generous dusting. Okay, remember we floured and oiled both sides of these when we put them into rest. If you notice, to form this pizza shell, I am keeping my fingers to the outside edge, but see, I'm leaving that crust. Okay, that border is going to be the crust that's going to hold your cheese and sauce onto your pizza. Once I have my dough formed here, that pizza stone that I showed you, it's about a 14-inch pizza stone. Medium pizza of what you normally get from a pizza shop around here. Now once I have my dough formed, that floured top, that's going to be the part of the dough that I'm going to be working on my bench surface, because it's going to allow me to spread the dough without worrying about it sticking. See how it moves freely on the board. Now as I work this dough, one hand is pulling in opposite direction of the other, and my fingers are staying along that border. Okay? Just like that. And if you notice, the middle of my pizza is thicker than that outside edge. But we're gonna continue working that dough. Remember, I said about 14 inches, which is about that size. Now, if your dough is a little smaller than you want it, we're just going to, I'll show you an actual hand toss. And as you're working that dough, your hands are just separating and working that outside edge. Now, if you look, I have a little hole here. Okay, you see that? Nothing to stress out about. I'm just going to pinch it back together. This dough's forgiving. Okay. Now, to make your pizza, most times in the pizza shop they use a ladle. I have found that this type of spoon allows me a little more control on my edge to get the sauce all the way out there. Now, Frank Muley, the guy who taught me what I know about pizza, if he was watching this, he'd be giving me hell, because he always said you never go back into the middle. You always work from the middle out, and your spoon should never go back in. So sorry, Frank. And now we're going to use our cheese blend. All you need is about a handful of cheese. My hand size is about a half a cup. So just a little more to get it to the outside edge. And she's ready to go onto the stone. Now, little tip to get it off of your pizza peel. You can either blow directly under your pizza and see how it lifts up like that. Look, no big deal, right? If it happens here, it's going to happen to you. So put your peel down and fix it. Just blow underneath it. It'll create a layer between your board and your dough, and it'll make it easier to slide off. Our oven is set at 550. That's the highest setting. And you're going to let that go for about 7 to 10 minutes. We'll pull it out. It should be golden brown. All right, guys, we're back. Remember, we stuck our pizza in a 550 degree oven. It's been in there for about 7 to 10 minutes. We're going to open it up and see how it looks. I don't know about that to you, but that looks pretty nice crust. All right, we're going to take that out. There's your pizza. You saw it, not real difficult to make. And once you have that pizza dough recipe down, there are a ton of things that you can make with that recipe. Talking about a French baguette, you could let that ferment a little extra and make a sourdough with it. You could, pizzas obviously, strombolis, calzones, but you could also take that same dough and use it for a sticky bun or hot cross bun or anything, any sweet roll like that. I hope you guys check out our YouTube channel. I hope you subscribe, and I hope that you guys try this pizza at home. Thanks for watching, Chef Vinny, WETSU Catering.